Alright, my dear children, we now move to the example showing surface tension. As you learned in last video, surface tension is one of the property of liquid. Okay. Now this surface tension can be observed in day-to-day life. Okay, and there are certain examples showing surface tension. Now there are many examples, but we will discuss only few examples, the important example. Okay. So one of the first example that we are going to discuss is flotation of needle on water. Yes, we see sometimes the needle floating on the water. A very small needle, it can be made of steel, or sometimes it can be made of iron, can float on the water. So the reason why the flotation of needle takes place on water is also due to the surface tension. Now in this case what we do, like we take a water, okay, and this is the free surface of the water. Now if you place a very thin needle, if you take a very thin needle, okay, on a blotting paper, blotting paper which absorb the ink and even it can absorb water. Okay, so if it place a very small or thin needle on a piece of blotting paper and put the paper, we just put the paper, okay, gently on the surface of water. Okay, gently on the surface of water. Okay, then what happen? The blotting paper will soon sink to the bottom. That blotting paper will soon sink into the bottom. Okay, but you can see the needle will remain floating on the surface. Will floating on the surface of water. Now the question arises, why the needle float although the density of needle is greater than the density of water? Because we have learned in class 9 Arcturus and Archimedes principle. Okay, a body which can sink into water when that body has density more than the density of water. But even in this case, okay, if you take a very thin needle, as I said, very thin needle, okay, whose density is more than the density of water, but still we see this needle floating on the water. Now why it happens? Because this is the reason that the needle, when we take a needle, okay, just keep on the surface of water, okay, that needle which is placed on the surface of water produces a depression. It produces what? Depression. Like if you see the diagram, okay, suppose this is our needle. Okay, now this needle which is in contact with the surface of water produces a depression like this. It produces a depression like that. That means that surface of water which is in contact with the needle have a depression. Okay, so this depression is produced on that surface of the needle. So consider this a needle. Okay, so I am keeping the needle this way. So this is a needle placed on the surface water, but the surface, as I said, in which the water is in contact with the needle have a depression. This means that the water surface behaves like a stretched elastic membrane. Okay, water surface behaves like a what? Stretched elastic membrane, and that is due to what tension? Surface tension. Now in order to make you understand more about this surface tension, okay, and how it acts on the needle, okay, and due to that why the needle float on the water, if you look at this diagram where the needle is already placed on the surface of water, okay, now this is the transverse view, okay, this is the what? Transverse view of the needle. Okay, now on this transverse view of the needle, okay, the two forces act on the needle. Two forces act on the needle. Okay, so one of the force is the force, okay, due to weight, and the force due to weight always act vertically downward. I consider that force due to weight is what? Force due to weight is how much? W. So there are how many forces act on the needle? One is the weight of the needle itself, and that is the force due to gravity which act vertically downward. Another one is surface tension forces that is exerted by this free surface of water which is in contact with the needle. So these forces basically act in this direction. I am showing one here. So I represent surface tension by symbol T. So one surface tension act on this contact in this direction, and another act in this direction. Because the direction of surface tension is always in the direction force which act on a given length, and is always tangential to the surface in contact. Okay, so this surface which is in contact with the needle exert a surface tension force, and this surface tension force act one in this side, another in this side. Now on resolving this surface tension force on two components. Now two component means one is horizontal component of surface tension, another is called vertical component of what? Surface tension. This force surface tension can also resolve in two components. One is horizontal component, I am writing say by TH, and the vertical component that is expressed by TB. So this surface tension, okay, which the force can be split into two components, as I said, horizontal component and vertical component. This surface tension split into two components, one is horizontal component and vertical component. Now out of two components, these two components, the horizontal component which are acting in the same line, okay, and in the opposite direction with same magnitude will simply cancel each other. Means out of two components out here, which two components will cancel each other? Horizontal component. So this component of surface tension and this component of surface tension will simply cancel each other. Whereas the vertical component, these two vertical components, which are the force which are acting in the same direction, and these two components of force will simply add it up. So children, look at this part. The surface tension acting on the needle by the water, okay, split into two components, as I said, one is horizontal component, and these two components you can see acting in the opposite direction and definitely of same magnitude. They cancel each other. Whereas the vertical component of this surface tension that you can see acting in the upward direction will not cancel each other. They simply added up each other. And due to this vertical component of this surface tension, it balances the weight of the needle. It's because weight of the needle acting vertical downward, but this vertical component of surface tension act vertical upward. So the addition of these two component of surface tension simply balance the weight of the needle. Therefore, this needle we simply see is floating on the water. Simply showing the floating in the water. But children, remember this part. When I take the water, it must be a water? Pure water, containing no impurities and all. Okay, no impurities and all. But what happened? If we add some soap powder, say, or we can put some oil on this water where the needle is floating. In that case, what happened? We see the same needle will now sink into the water. The why that needle sink when we add some soap powder like oil in water? Because the reason is that while adding soap or oil, okay, into the water, this lowers, it decreases the surface tension of water. It decreases the surface tension of what? Water. So under this case, what happened? This weight, the weight of the needle will be more than the vertical component of surface tension acting on the needle. And you know, when one component is more than other component, definitely the net force will not be zero, and the force, resultant force will be act on the needle, and that resultant force act vertically downward. Means when you add some soap powder or oil, so in that case the weight of the needle will be more than the surface tension, and due to that the resultant force acting vertically downward, and due to that weight of the needle which is more than the vertical component of surface tension, we see that the needle sinking into the water. But as I said, the addition of soap powder and oil decreases the surface tension. Okay, so decreases the what tension? Surface tension. Similarly, children, it's not only the needle which is floating on the surface water. Sometimes we see the insects and mosquitoes also floating or swimming on the surface of water in lakes or pond. Why it happens? Is because also due to what tension? Surface tension. Okay. Now, but on that water, if some kerosene oil is sprayed on the water, then what happens? The surface tension of that water will be decreases. So the addition of impurity decreases the what? Surface tension. So in that case, we see that insect and mosquito, okay, will simply sink in water and they simply what? Die. But as far as if there is a pure water, okay, sometimes what happens, we see that mosquitoes or insect will simply lying on the surface of water, okay, is because the weight of the insect or mosquito is simply balanced by the surface tension of water. In that case, we see that the mosquitoes or insects will simply floating or swimming on the surface of water. So children, this is one of the most common example or one of the most practical example that we see for the surface tension of water. But there are other examples that we can see for the surface tension of water, and that we learn in the next YouTube video.